Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that there was no motorsport videos on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's probably because I've been doubled over with the flu. I'm absolutely shocking this week. I've been coughing, sneezing, poo, piss, you name it. It's all been coming out. So I haven't been feeling too good. So I thought there's no way I was in a position to record, because I'm in one of those positions as well where I don't have videos set well in advance. I sort of more or less do them as they're due out, which one of the downsides to doing that is it does mean that, you know, if I get sick, then I just can't do videos. So I'm still a little bit fluey, so I'm sort of coughing and sneezing a little bit. I will try and edit them out, and I will try and edit any times I sniff as well, but there's no guarantees on that, so I do apologise if the next couple of episodes I'm a little bit sniffy all over the place. But let's get cracking into today's episode, shall we? Hello, welcome to Season 2, Episode 21 of Race to the Top. I'm Ian, and in today's episode we've got the 10 days up to the Singapore GP. We're still on a little bit of a high, if you remember, because we've had a bit of a week's break, haven't we? Because we didn't have to do any videos on Tuesday, Wednesday, so we're still a little bit of a high from that point that we picked up in the previous episode. Pierre Gasly's our number one. There's no doubt about that. He's our better driver. Pit crew review. We do, of course, have to have a little bit of a chat about our pit crew. And we've also got a little bit of feedback here from scouting report on Nico Hulkenberg. I'd love to have him. He's one of the stronger drivers. His potential is good, and seeing him improving. I don't know if we'll be able to pick him up, though. Let's have a look. If we could get him, and he's interested. Oh, we might have to go someone like that. Look at these. Wet Weather Pro. Struggles under pressure. Only applies when the sponsor bonus objective is third or above. Well, that's something that we won't have to worry about. Team player, timesheet hero. Ooh, he's really, really good. Yeah, so we do have to have a little bit of a talk about the pit crew, because, again, there was another mistake in the previous race, which really, really frustrated me. Thankfully, it didn't cost us anything. And this will be the confirmation that the repairs are done. So we can just go and have a look now. Again, because we're tanking, we are basically safe with that point. As you can see, we're doing very, very well. Gasly picked up 8 points now. Kvyat's on 2. That's pretty much us safe. There's only a handful of races left. How many is there left? There's 5 races left. I can't see Rapax and Haas beating us. So really, we can just tank now. We can sort of look at reliability. Singapore, the acceleration, deceleration, and low-speed corners are all crucial. So I think there's a couple of things that we could possibly improve here and there, but in fact, it doesn't look like we can improve those brakes anymore. The front wing, we can improve that by 1 pip. And the gearbox, we can certainly bump that gearbox up, so let's do that. Otherwise, let's just focus on reliability for absolutely everything now. There's not much to do, so what we'll do is we'll go, let's say 15.5. That seems pretty even. And we do have some sponsor offers as well. We've got a slot free now, and that looks like it's right on the shark fin right at the back there. So this will give us extra money. We don't want, of course, any target positions, so we may just go SKF. I don't even know who they are, to be honest, but fixed pay, that gives us more money, which is fantastic stuff. I mean, look, we're already getting 1.7 million per race. That'll bump us over to 2 million, so we're going to have a huge balance by the end of this. And what I might do is I won't do it in this episode, but I will start looking at trying to bring in some new drivers. Someone like Nico Hulkenberg to replace Kvyat would be phenomenal. The front jack made the mistake in the previous race. Dasu. Now, that's his first mistake. And I'm a bit disappointed about that, because he's done really, really well. But I've been really disappointed with our whole pit crew. We've just made lots and lots of mistakes. There's no one that's really grabbing me in terms of any of these ones. Reject McGreevy, definitely. I could bring in, say, like Denisi. That's not too bad. The front jack, rear jack, not too bad. There's 17, 16. In fact, I might do that. 5,000. We can afford that, can't we? So let's change some of these around then. So in terms of mistake percentage chance, there's going to be a lot of mistakes coming in this next race, I've got a feeling. Let's go front jack then. So Denisi can replace Dasu. Then we need to get Di Balsamo out. Onka's still got a really, really high chance there. Della Fogli, they can come in. Oh, this is really, really tricky. I think Cipollini can come in for Candino. Candino has made a mistake. It's a 1% chance, but we're just trying to reduce that as much as we can. And other than that, I think we're pretty much stuffed here. And maybe bring in Consolaro there. As we don't really have much to fix, I mean, that could be a gamble that could work, couldn't it? Because we could bring in like someone who's got bad fixing, like Martoni. We could put them in for someone like, Belladinelli, who can have a bit of a break, and then Belladinelli can go into the rear jag. That's going to be a gamble, and I'm going to do it. So Martoni can come in, and just hopefully that we don't have to fix anything. But do they do the ERS? No, they don't. They don't have to worry about that. So on grid, we got the 4th best. If you can believe that, we got the 4th best crew in the F1 Championship. I don't understand how that works because they are just making mistakes all over the place. But let's quickly get to Singapore then. So we got we also scouted Danny Ricciardo. To be honest, I don't think we've got a chance of signing this bloke. Somehow we do. To be honest, I would be silly not to go for him now, wouldn't I? He's selfless, overtaking specialist. He's a team player. Does have back problems at the moment. As you can see, he's a little bit injured. He's got a rivalry with Felipe Massa, so he doesn't want him as his teammate. That's not going to happen anyway. I mean, if we could get someone like this, that would just be crazy, wouldn't it? I mean, what's he on at the moment? Let's have a quick look. So he's costing Red Bull $406,000. Why would he want to come back to Toro Rosso? I just don't understand this. My status is important. Well, he'd definitely be number 1. I'd be paying him over $500,000 a year. He'd probably want more than that, actually. Let's go 583. I'd prefer a short contract. Let's go to the end of 2018. Buyout clause. I don't mind who pays the buyout clause. Let's go even split on that one. We could sit here all day discussing that, couldn't we? I'd like a nice signing on fee. Definitely, Chief. You can get the full 3 mil for me. Bonus size is important. Well, mate, if you're finishing 2nd or above, I will give you a nice big bonus. I don't think that's going to happen. We could be seeing the very end of Kvyat the next race. If we're going to we could kick up Daniel Ricciardo, and we could get in like Nico Hulkenberg, get rid of Gasly as well, or push Gasly back as a reserve driver. Crazy not to. Now, what we have finished is something that I didn't even plan to do, is the factory. They've upgraded the factory to a level 2, which gives us a couple of extra... No, it doesn't even give us an extra slot. What does that do? It's got a queue. There you go. It's got a queue. That's why. Let's talk about the race. 69 laps, this one. 1:17.2 is the lap record. Sunday's showing a 35% chance of rain. You may have seen that in practice and qualifying, it looks like there's going to be heavy rain, and the race has got a 35% chance of rain, so practice could be quite difficult to get any information out of that. Tyre compounds are the super softs, and the mediums, and Ferrari are expected to dominate. My assistant tells me that we've snagged some of the most lucrative sponsorship deals around. The rest of the teams in Formula 1 are struggling to compete with us, so keep it up. Cool. That's excellent. 5 days to go. Let's power through this. Yeah, great. Now, we also had scouted this driver, Alesi, very, very young, 17. He doesn't look very good, to be honest, does he? I was sort of looking at a real youngster, a 17-year-old, to come in as a reserve driver, but he's woeful, so I'm not even going to talk about him anymore. As you can see, we've still got a couple here. But actually, one that you will know, of course, is Romain Grosjean. We're scouting him at the moment as another possible driver to replace Kvyat. To be honest, if Ricciardo's interested, Hulkenberg's interested, and Sergio Perez, if you remember from last Saturday, they're all interested. So why would we go for someone like Grosjean? I don't know. Formula 3, who cares about that? That's off in the distance for us. 3 days to go. We're very, very close to this race weekend. Now, contract proposal. Here we go. I'm going to click the mail. Bear with me. This could be great news. Interesting. Let's go back to the negotiation table. Wages are important. So he wants more. He's happy with everything. So-so on the contract length, but, we can't do that. So he wants more money. Do I give him that amount of money? I don't know. That's a lot of money. Go on. He'll be worth it, because he'll be an improvement. And we don't have to worry about really winning just yet. But if we have a decent car, we have someone like Ricciardo in the car as well. And come on, I'm an Aussie. He's got to pick me. Singapore preview, no one cares about that. And our factory guys are doing nothing. Not too surprising. So here we are in Singapore. Then we're racing on track A, which of course is the extended circuit. We don't have that little bit. 69 laps, very high fuel burn, high tyre wear, heavy rain in practice, heavy rain in qualifying, clear on race day, 35% chance of it. Crucial acceleration, deceleration, and low-speed corners. Pierre Gasly still got all the best parts, as you will remember. Let's get into it, and I'll see you for qualifying. once again, we did really, really well in practice. We actually timed it to perfection in terms of our strategy into practice, because the rain came down about 5 minutes in, so we managed to get a couple of laps on the soft tyres, because as you'll remember, Gasly's got this light-footed attribute where soft tyres wear more slowly, so that's what I'm sort of aiming for. I'm always aiming for the soft tyres. The rain came down, so we managed to get some intermediate knowledge. As you can see, we got a 10% performance increase for the intermediates, and then the rain stopped with about 12 minutes left in the session. So then we having nailed the race trim, we then managed to get onto qualifying trim, and we got our soft tyres up to a 10% performance increase, and also the super soft tyres as well, which is absolutely fantastic for us. Actually, what I might do, I'm gonna ignore that suite of spots for now, and I'm gonna go qualifying trim and super soft. So I'm going to do the same for both drivers. Yeah, because I sort of figure, again, like depending on where the rain comes down, we may be able to optimize our race strategy. Sort of similar with that. If the rain comes down again in the middle of the race, we may be able to just do a one-stopper with Gasly. Kvyat, I'm not so sure about. As you can see with the feedback, I'll just quickly show you. So on the feedback, as you can see, 96%. I'm not too not disappointed with that, I should say, but I'm not too thrilled about it either. I didn't bother tinkering with anything. I've always got sort of crib sheets, of previous saves and all that sort of thing. So I sort of go into each practice session with a fair idea of what drivers are expecting, as you can see. So 96%, I didn't bother really changing that. I could have perhaps tinkered with downforce and speed balance a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it. Gasly, meanwhile, I did up him just a touch, because I figure if we can get him pleased on with the feedback, then get him on the soft tyres, he should be doing really, really well. As you can see, though, before I cut into it, with about 5 minutes left, there is rain expected, so we sort of got to go out early to set a time. So we're basically going to do that straight away. We're going to send these guys out, and it'll take a little bit of time. So what we don't want is we don't want to get into too much traffic. Rather interestingly, during practice, Gasly was P5 and Kvyat was just behind him in P6. How that happened, I don't know, because everyone else went out on the softs and the super softs as well. A couple of the better teams did go out on the mediums, but the fact that we did so well blew my mind, because the other guys like Grosjean and the Rapax boys, they were down in 17th. Grosjean was highest in 17th, then it was De Vries, Webber, and then Sissotto Jr. And we were nowhere near them. We were beating people like Max Verstappen in Red Bull, Ricciardo as well. Ricciardo was on the mediums, however. But the fact that we were so high up is amazing. Rather interestingly is the two Renault guys, they were down in 13th and 14th. Sainz was in 13th. Hulkenberg was down in 14th. And that's sort of where I'm expecting to be. Again, like the practice being as high as we were, I've got no idea how we achieved that. But let's see how we go, because Gasly's perfected his tyre temps. Brake temps are good. Kvyat's just overheated his brakes, which could be a bit of a concern. But this could be the only lap we set, because it looks like that rain is coming in and staying. So we do have to hopefully set a good time, as Hamilton has just gone fastest with a 109.1. Then Ricciardo's 7/10 down on him already. Gasly's a long way off the pace. We should be coming out around where Button is, about 1.5 seconds, as Gasly's nearly a second down. Gasly's crossing the line now, and he's 1.3 seconds behind. Kvyat, though, isn't too bad at all, is he? Because Vettel's just gone fastest with a whopping time, over half a second over Hamilton. Raikkonen's still going around now. There goes Raikkonen. So Raikkonen's a long way off the pace of his teammate. But Kvyat's up in P8. Gasly's down in P15 now. He's really, really falling. And Kvyat's doing really, really well. And this rain is in for the rest of the session. So there's no point in going out again, because these times aren't going to be beaten. So that's qualifying done. We've gone out early. Gasly's starting down in 15th. He's going to have a lot of work to do. But Kvyat up in P8, I'm really, really impressed with that. He did so well in practice. And the fact that he's going to start the race in the top 10 and up there, that's really, really good. What I might do is I might just speed this up now, because we're not going to go out again. There's no point. The rain does dissipate right at the end there, but there's no grip on the track. There's no rubber down, because the rain's washed it all away. So that's it. That's where we are. That's where we're going to be starting, I think. I don't think there's going to be any changes, unless there's some, like a good team that just didn't do very well. It doesn't look like it. I mean, Perez may bump up, maybe. There you go. The rain's gone now, but there's 50 seconds left. So you may see a couple improve, but it doesn't look like it. That's done. Easy. That was the quickest practice and qualifying I think I've ever done in my life, because even in practice I just zoomed through it. I was really, really happy. But we're starting in 8th place, if you can believe that. I don't know how Kvyat managed to achieve that. Maybe he's hearing the rumours about Ricciardo and Hulkenberg, and he sort of thinks, hey, my position could be under threat here. Maybe I should just constantly offer other drivers positions, and scare Kvyat into success. But Vettel, surprise, surprise, he's got pole. In fact, that's an interesting one. I didn't even pay attention to that. De Vries is up in 7th place. How on earth did he achieve that? So Soto Junior's all the way down in 17th. Then you've got both Haas cars right at the back of the grid. So that's good for us. I mean, we're pretty much safe anyway. Let's be realistic. But how did De Vries get up in 7th? Kvyat, if he gets a good race start, we could nab him. We could be up in P7 at the end of the first lap here. Pierre Gasly, he's got a lot of work to do, unfortunately. I'm a bit disappointed with him because he actually came out before Kvyat. So it shows how much the track grip makes a difference, because Kvyat did go out a little bit later than Gasly. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, so sorry for all the sniffing, and if I've edited bits out, it's because I've been sneezing and coughing and carrying on. But tune in tomorrow for the race, where hopefully the sniffing is down to a minimum. And hopefully we get another point. That'd be cool too.